In the immediate future, there are a number of things which are coming in now. Of course, it's the change of ICT from being a technology itself to becoming a means, a support tool for all other technologies. Then there is the whole issue around clean tech, which is around ensuring that we have minimum resource use, minimum energy use. So they are immediate in a sense. Next level up are new materials, be that bio-based material or nano-modified materials. And then a bit further up, maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 years into the future, we have some really breakthrough areas. One of them is synthetic biology, our ability to engineer and design organisms that does exactly what we want of them, which will dramatically change numerous industries. There are a number of needs. Partly, of course, there are a number of global trends in the world. Anything from aging population, which is causing huge problems, to issues about energy and resource scarcity. So all of those things will drive a set of needs. In addition to that, there are consumer trends. You know, we like to be individuals, we want to have personalized goods and all those things. So these are the needs to drive things. Some of these needs are societal, like reducing the cost of healthcare. And when you have those, you end up with a set of technologies which are quite obvious for these type of scenarios. So the needs are driven by understanding your customers and the consumers within the boundary conditions of the societal structure.
The first issue is to understand customer needs. The technology is enabler, but the crucial point is understand what is your customer needs. And that is something you can't ask from your customer. You have to understand his, her business behavior and then provide the solution. And then you need to have a good value creation model, value capture model. So together, starting from the true needs of consumer, of business customer, and then making the solution, service, business model. All these are required to be successful. All of us have access to this type of global information about the mega trends. But the winners are those who can do the interpretation in a proper way, in a proper timing, and having good alliances then to develop the solutions. In the evolution, it's not the biggest one or the strongest one who survive. It is not the one who is most clever one, but it is the one who is best to adapt to the change. That's innovation. One important thing to understand is that after the crisis, there will always be better times. But you have to understand that after the crisis, the world will also be permanently changed. The world will not be the same when we go out from this crisis. So during the crisis, we need to do some forecasts, roadmaps, what the world will be like in future. And then do R&D, innovation work to be prepared for the better times.
How long you can see into the future depends a little bit on what technology you're working with. In some technologies you are able to see into the future maybe 20, 30 years. In some you can maybe see 18 months. So it's a little bit a function of those things. And for some industries this is a big problem. If you build a new semiconductor facility, a wafer facility, it will cost you about $5 billion. Right? It takes about 5 years to build, but you can only in that technology see 18 months ahead. That means to say when you make your $5 million investment, you have no idea what a factory is going to produce in 5 years' time. Now that's a bit of a business problem, right? In other areas like shipbuilding, you can make a decision now and you know what's going to happen 20 years from now. It's not that complicated because of the speed of life cycles of your products. We have a number of issues coming up within the beyond 2025 horizon, which are very, very interesting. Some has to do with energy, and there are a number of interesting energy technologies. My personal view is that we will be heavily dependent on nuclear, and we will probably move to thorium-based reactors rather than uranium-based reactors, because they are much nicer and have very low waste product scenarios, and there is no product and no interest from the weapons industry, and the nuclear weapons industry has gone away, and they were the primary drivers of the uranium-based reactors, and there's lots of thoriums around. So that's number one. We are heading this spike in computer capability. So at some point there, computers will think better than people. And that will have interesting implications for how networks will self-organize and the function that we as human beings will have in systems. And we see that already, where the human being is becoming a decoration rather than a supplier of any service. Pilots in airplanes is an example of that, where the pilot really plays no function for most of the time. It's all computerized. So there are a number of interesting events happening. We're also moving into a 10-year horizon where in the last 100 years, most industries are based on the fact that the science of physics moved from being a science to an engineering discipline. And we're now in an area where biology is moving from a science to an engineering discipline. That means that many, many industries beyond 2025 will be based on biotechnology processes rather than on the process that they use today. And that shift will be quite dramatic in a number of industries and will be very, very dangerous for industries who do not keep up with those shifts. And some areas those shifts have very rapidly.